Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to put two-sided tape on a Cub Cadet Emblem. This one here is missing the pegs. We're going to use some 3M 7/8 two-sided tape. This was around $66 for this tape right here. The reason I bought this big a roll is every so often I paint a car, and on the trim, this is just handy stuff to have right in stock. So you don't need it 7/8, and you don't have to buy as a big a roll as I did, but it sure is handy to have in stock. So we're going to glue it on the front screen mesh there. This is a really good product. I need to kind of size it up. We want it about that width right there. We'll cut another piece off. We're going to peel it off the back side here. Sometimes it's best just to cut them in half and then peel it off that way. It's all what you're more comfortable with. I'm sure the body shop guys would tell me that how they do it, and they do this every day. And there we go. That should hold really good. I'm going to put some weight on it, let it sit for a while out in the sun, and should be in pretty good shape. So we're going to move on to the next project. I'll give you a little bit better look at it. Didn't turn out too bad. Just stick them. You'll get it somewhat straight. Don't think about it much. Just stick them on there, and then you'll be in good shape. I know it's a lot of people like to measure everything out. Your eye won't lie to you. You'll see if it's wrong. If it's wrong, you just move it the way it needs to be moved. So we're gonna move on to something else. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are working on a 44C deck. It came in on a 1606. We're going to take it apart. I believe we have a broken belt, possibly one of the tension springs probably broke. The belt's in there, but we'll see. Probably ought to get a screwdriver. We'll put all new hardware on it when we put it back together anyways. washers are really stuck on there. Oosh. You can see how dirty it is. Holy cow. See, it's just full of stuff on top of this deck right here. Definitely needs a deck belt. We'll see if we can get this freed up or it's broke, but we're gonna blow it off and we're gonna start there. I believe we're in pretty good shape on the bearings. They seem really tight and loose, and even the idler pulley is loose. So we're in good shape there. We'll blow this off and we'll see how it comes out. I believe the only problem I have besides the belt is this tensioner pulley right here is nice and tight. So we're going to take this bolt out right here. This is a step bolt, and we're going to get it cleaned out, get it greased, and I believe the spring here is in pretty good shape. It's going to take 11/16 underneath, 1 1/8 on the top. Problem is this shoulder bolt right here is caught in here. It's really welded itself in. Get that loose and we should be in pretty good shape. So we're going to just try to use the impact, see if it breaks loose. In pretty good shape right there. We're going to get that cleaned up, and I'm going to touch that up with a dye, and so the threads are in good shape. So you want to have it nice and free, just like this. I have a lot of grease. I touched up them threads with a chaser, and we're going to put it back in. Put nut and lock washer on the bottom side. We're going to take that back off. We're going to put a spacer on the bottom. You want that so it goes back and forth real good. We're going to put 2. We're going to just make sure we have enough clearance. If we have too much, I'll take some off. We'll take 1 off. All right, we should be in pretty good shape right there. We're going to put the nut on the bottom. Check it. Seem to be in pretty good shape. Let's put the belt on. Now it's time to put the belt on. Now this is a used belt. I have a brand new International Harvester one, but I don't want to use it on this deck here. There we go. Let's grease it. Now I know we did a video the other day on, I believe that was a 50C deck. But in the summertime, this is something that happens just about every day here. Next thing we have to do is put new wheels on the front. Both front ones are shot. We're going to put a new baffle in on the deflector on the side here also. Now we're going to change the front wheels. It takes a 3/4 and a 9/16. These are definitely shot. We're just going to put some used ones on. These aren't in the greatest shape, but they'll definitely be fine. These are actually off a Craftsman. Now we're going to replace it with this one right here. Let's put the deflector in the chute. And this deck's going to be ready. The only thing I'm going to do when I take it off the stand is take that dent out. Now, you don't have to put a deflector in there. I think it's a good idea. I had a situation once that I had a stone that flew a long ways, knocked a side window out of a car. So, me personally, I think they're kind of important. I'm not saying it won't happen without the deflector in it, but you want to take every precaution. These decks are really spinning. This deck wasn't in bad shape at all. It came in on that 1606. And there we go. This one wasn't too bad. We just have to take that dent out there, but I'll show you where that does have one weld in it, but it's not in bad shape for its age. This deck here could be really a lot worse, but it does have a little bit of surface rust, but it does have a weld right there, and them are so common to have on that rear wheel. But happy with this 44C. This has the mulch blades on it, so we should be in pretty good shape. So it'll make somebody a really good deck. So we're gonna, I really appreciate you watching. I hope you like the videos where we do quite a few different things. This is just an average day here. We might be working on a motor, transmission, a deck. You just never know. A day around here is around 12, 14 hours. So thank you very much for watching, and we're gonna move on to something else. Today we're working on a 1606. We're going to change the oil, grease the front end, and we're going to grease the steering box while the oil is draining. So we're gonna crawl underneath. It takes a 9/16. I took the mule drive off, and I just didn't want to get any oil on the belt, or I'm kind of fussy. I do need to pressure wash this. It takes a 9/16. I'm not sure if I mentioned that or not. You can see how dirty the steering box is. I will pressure wash this. Not sure exactly what I'm going to do with this machine. My nephew is probably going to pull it this next weekend here. That oil's not that bad, actually. Still pretty slippery. Now, I've heard different debates. Some say 1.5 quarts, some say 2. We're gonna check the dipstick. We are gonna fill it just a hair over full. And the reason why, you wanna give every advantage you can to one of these Stratton & Briggs. Draining, let's take the side panel off. We're only gonna take the left-hand side off. The filler is right here on the left. And we're going to lube up or grease the steering box. Now this 1606 is a great running machine. I believe the electric clutch is out of it. You can see right down in there is a grease circ for the steering box. Now it's a good idea to grease them once a year. I'm going to use some Mobil 1 synthetic grease with my gloves. Make sure we don't get any grease in it or dirt in it. We definitely want to get grease in it. It's a little tight in there. I don't think it's been greased in quite some time. So now let's do the front end. Front end's a little loose, but not real bad. We might tighten that up. A lot of times people think their steering box is bad, and actually it's their front end loose. I get quite a few emails that people say, well, I thought my steering box was bad, and actually it was not. Well, there's a lot of grease on the floor right there. So we'll do the right-hand side one. You definitely want to keep your front end lubricated. I put the drain plug in. Like I was saying, it's a good idea to always grease your front end. If you grease your front end quite often, it's almost like having power steering on one of these. They really steer pretty easy. The Ross box was a great idea. I'm not going to overly tighten this drain plug. We're gonna start with 1.5 quarts. I'm gonna use regular 30 weight oil, conventional. I want to show you the front emblem. I did use that 3M two-sided tape. Came out really good. Seems to be holding nice and tight, so that really worked well. A roll of that was around $66, but definitely worth it. You can see on the back side, right there's the tape. So that's a good way to fix them emblems. Don't throw them away. It works really well. Look back at that video to see it. We're gonna put the next 1/2 quart in. We'll let that drain in. That's just a hair over 1/2 quart. Let's see where we're at. I'm not gonna screw that on there. Oh, and we're right up there. We're a little bit past full, not even putting the dipstick down in. So we're in good shape. Let's start it up just to make sure everything is good. I did check the air cleaner. It's a brand new element right in it. So let's start it up. I believe we're in good shape. It's a little cold-blooded. I didn't realize that. The fuel is really old in it. I don't believe I need a carburetor clean. I did put some seafoam in it and some dry gas because this gas is really old. So if I have to, I'll drain the tank out for this weekend, but we'll see. Thanks for following along. We're going to move on to the next thing we have to get done today.